Number 1, Bradbury Star. At 6 to 1 is partnered by Philip Hyde. Deep Sensation 14 to 1 with Norman Williamson. Egypt Mill Prince Blinkered 8 to 1 Warren Marston. Catabatic the Old Boy 33 to 1 Simon McNeil. Nakir at 7 to 2 is ridden by Jamie Osborne, and Travado reunited with Richard Dunwoody at 4 to 1. Uncle Ernie 33 to 1 Mark Dwyer. Viking Flagship, the 2 to 1 favourite, is ridden by Charlie Swan now. Wild Atlantic at 500 to 1 is ridden by Kevin Jones, and Snitton Lane at 25 to 1 David Bridgewater.
So it's a fascinating 2-mile champion chase, and there's plenty of horses coming here, not really at the top of their form, and it's fairly open, I think. Number 7 is Uncle Ernie, who uncharacteristically made a mistake last time out. He's normally a very sound jumper. He's done particularly well. He's won some good handicaps. He's been a remarkable servant to Jimmy Fitzgerald. Mark Dwyer already the 1 winner here so far. Won the opener yesterday. And, well, I want plenty of luck to be in the shake-up with this horse. Viking Flagship, there he is, last year's winner, and a little bit disappointing last time out in bottomless ground at Kempton, but the sun's just coming out here and it really looks to have made a difference to him. Well, he appears to be in very good form with himself, just having a little jig jog and a bob going round prior to our cameras picking him out, and a very good spare ride for Charlie Swan.
He was giving thumbs up a stone that day at Kempton. Christopher Morton, the steeplechase handicapper, told me it was one of the few races where he found that the trainer of the second, Viking Flagship, was less worried about the result than the trainer of the winner, Nicky Henderson, and thumbs up, because Nicky was so worried, having beaten Viking Flagship, how high thumbs up would go in the handicap.
Snitton Lane just walking away out of the picture, winner here last year of the handicap, and she's a very game mare indeed, but she's going to really have to find something special to take a hand in the finish of this race.
2 past winners of the race, Catabatic and Deep Sensation. 3 in fact, counting Viking Flagship.
Travado, there he is, looks really well, this horse. He was runner-up last year, tremendous race here behind Viking Flagship. They were neck and neck for the last couple of furlongs, really. Neither horse giving anything, and unfortunately Travado just getting touched off in the closing stages. There's been a few doubts about his preparation, for varying reports about the amount of work that he's done, but I spoke to Richard Dunwoody just a few days ago. He'd been down to school him, said that the horse felt in really good form, and he was looking forward to the ride on it. View from above, you can see relatively small field of this Queen Mother Champion chase, and yet still plenty of people in there. Horses just beginning to file down through the crowds. A few last-minute nerves for the jockeys, probably not too many for Jamie Osborne.
Last year's Arkle winner he has there, Nakir. Jamie might have had a pretty good choice of rides in this race, but he chose Nakir for Simon Christian, and no wonder, because this might be the young 2-mile chaser on the way up. He took on Viking Flagship the other day, and most people thought that Viking Flagship was going just the better when he fell, but that of course left Nakir on his own devices, and you can never, to his own devices, and you can never tell about who was going better questions. Let's see, in any case, how Nakir and the others figure in the betting.
Yes, John, here's the latest show. Viking Flagship is the favourite to repeat his win last year at 9 to 4 from 2 to 1. On 7 to 2, Nakir, 4 to 1, Travado, Bradbury Star at 6 to 1, and then Egypt Mill Prince a little weak, out from 7s to 8 to 1. On 14's Deep Sensation, at 25 to 1, Uncle Ernie, Catabatic and Snitton Lane, and you can have 500 to 1, Wild Atlantic.
The parade in front of the stands. Philip Hyde on Bradbury Star. He's won 18 races, 8 of them at Cheltenham, but he hasn't been successful over 2 miles since 1991. Norman Williamson on Deep Sensation. Won this in 93, was 3rd last year. He needs the cards laid in front of him for him to play last. Warren Marston on Egypt Mill Prince. He's in good form this season, has been close up in all his races, and is certain to be thereabouts today. Simon McNeil on Catabatic, the old hero. Winner here in 91, 2nd in 92, 3rd in 93, 5th last year. Time, though, not on his side. Jamie Osborne on Nakir. Jamie's choice in front of Travado, winner of the Arkle here last season, and a major contender this afternoon. Richard Dunwoody on Travado. No horse moves smoother through a race. He took a brute of a fall last time at Kempton and was battled out of this last year. Mark Dwyer on Uncle Ernie. A good horse at his best. He's won 12 races, but to win today will be his greatest achievement yet. Charlie Swan replaces the bereaved Adrian Maguire on Viking Flagship. Little terrier of a horse who's inspired to win this race last year. Set a couple of question marks on him this season. Kevin Jones on Wild Atlantic. Hasn't run since May last year. If he started now, he'd still be odds against. He's 10,000 to 1 with me. David Bridgewater on Smithton Lane. The best turned out horse here in the paddock. Won at this meeting last season, but she needs to improve a stone to get involved this afternoon.
Well, what a lovely sight as they turn to canter down. The first time I've ever seen the canter down from that angle anyway. And it's now, the sun's come out, the lights are up for the drama of the day. And it's really perfect conditions for steeplechasing. A little earlier there was hail upon their faces whipping, but not now.
11 favourites and 36 runnings have won this, including 5 of the last 8. Top of the head, pretty solid, 9-4, Viking Flagship. Nakir at 7-2 is much stronger than the other Arkle winner, Travado, out to 9-2. 6-1, Bradbury Star, very popular each way that is, with 8 Egypt Mill Prince and 14 Deep Sensation. Catabatic, who's running in the race, has run in the race 4 times, been 5th, 3rd, 2nd and 1st, and won the Grand Annual in 1990. You can get double carpet, 33-1 that, and there's each way support for Uncle Ernie at 25 and 33-1. But top of the head, 9-4, Viking Flagship to retain his title.
In the paddock, Travado looked superb. Viking Flagship went down best. And Bradbury Star, rather oddly enough, is getting the support in the ring, while Travado is apparently being opposed. Well, it would be lovely to see Bradbury Star win his 9th race at Cheltenham, and you certainly can never count him out. But the fact is that in his last 2 races he hasn't been showing the brilliant form which won him 2 Mackerson Gold Cups. Just look at his record here. 5th in the Gold Cup itself. There's never been any clear evidence that he stays 3 1/4 miles. In fact, he did win once over 3 miles, as you see. That was as a novice. And since then, there's been some doubt about his ability to get 3 miles. There's no doubt about his speed and his love for Cheltenham. And that may be all important, as I think Philip Hyde said, the ability to cruise down the hill. That's the moment when the heat's turned on in these 2-mile championship races. And if he can be on the bit, still on the bit at the top of the hill, well, who knows?
Catabatic, he's run in this race plenty of times, and he won it back in 1991. Really disappointing last year. Year before, I remember him coming there every chance off of that bend. And he looks in good shape at the moment, but he's just been a little bit out of form, like 2 or 3 of the other horses in this race. But, Cheltenham last time out, it was over 2 miles, 5 furlongs. He just got rid of Simon McNeil. You may remember him making a terrible mistake at the ditch on the far side. But he goes on the soft ground, absolutely proved up dangerous last year in really testing conditions.
His jumping's fallen a little bit just lately, John.
Yeah,
he's making quite bad mistakes.
Yeah, he used to be such a reliable jumper, and for some reason just something's gone wrong, lost a little bit of confidence maybe. Egypt Mill Prince, Warren Marston, just going through there with the blinkers on. They're sure to make the pace in this race.
He's a born front runner, a real bold jumper. He's been in good form this season, but when Martha's son, who so sadly isn't here, won at Ascot, Uncle Ernie and Viking Flagship and Deep Sensation were all in that race, and Egypt Mill Prince finished second, and only beaten 2.5 lengths by Martha's son. That was a fine performance, although he was, of course, getting a lot of weight from those other horses.
Well, Deep Sensation is the other horse in this race that's also a past winner. And I've got a sneaking feeling this horse is going to run a big race this afternoon. There's no way he ought to be 14-1 anyway. Last year, he was only beaten a couple of lengths behind Viking Flagship and Travado. The ground was much faster than it is this afternoon. And although he's a horse who prefers better ground, I'm sure that 2.5 is his trip. He's got Norman Williamson on board. And, well, I just think he's got a good chance. Let's have some news from Matt.
Right. Stable companion Bradbury Styles, the one for Gifford. 6-1 it was, now 5-1 from 9 this morning. 9-4 Viking Flagship, in places 5-2. Solid 7-2 Nakia, weak 9-2 Travado, and 8 Egypt Mill Prince.
Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, is here to watch her own champion chase, and I don't think there's much doubt we're going to see a race fit for a queen.
Right on the course.
So they're coming out onto the track, down at the start, 2-mile start.
No!
Qualification for being a starter, you need a loud voice.
No, sir, taking a turn, sir. Take a turn if you want. 1 second, sir. Charlie, what are you doing? No, sir, take a turn. Yep, take a turn if you want to.
Deep Sensation in the Bumblebee hoops on the outside.
Keep off the tape.
Oh, so I'm going to take it.
Egypt Mill Prince facing the wrong way. Very anxious moment.
Hang on, sir, hang on, sir.
Yep.
Wasn't going the other way, now I'm going in this way.
Keep it off the tape.
2-mile chase. Egypt Mill Prince lining up normally front runs. Is he going to lead the fastest chasers in the land down towards the first? On the left of the picture, and he's doing that. But Nakia can go a merry gallop too, and these two showed as they come to the first. Nakia and Egypt Mill Prince, they're at the first and all safely over with Travado the back marker, and it's Egypt Mill Prince that gains the day. Clear by 3. Viking Flagship second down with Nakia. Boy, they're going fast. Egypt Mill Prince is over it in the lead. Wild Atlantic's already well outpaced. They've only jumped 2. It's Egypt Mill Prince from Viking Flagship and Nakia, then Deep Sensation, followed through on the outside by Bradbury Star and Uncle Ernie taking a keen hold. Then we have Travado in behind these, Catabatic and Snitton Lane. And a little bit detached is Wild Atlantic, the rank outsider. Uphill to the third then, it's Egypt Mill Prince, Nakia scraping the paint on the inside, Viking Flagship, the red and white colours, wider still in blue, Bradbury Star. These are the leading 4, about 3 lengths behind them. This is the third, and Egypt Mill Prince must be terrific to ride in this race. Egypt Mill Prince leading, clear by 3. 2 in second place, Viking Flagship now the outside of Nakia. And then we have Bradbury Star and Travado and Deep Sensation and Uncle Ernie and Catabatic and Snitton Lane in the rank outsider. Wild Atlantic coming towards fence number 4. It's Egypt Mill Prince leading, comes to it, sees a strike, gets it, takes it well. A line of 3 for second place, Viking Flagship on the outside of Nakia. Bradbury Star wider still the red cap. 2 lengths back to Travado. Then Uncle Ernie and Catabatic and Deep Sensation and Snitton Lane and Wild Atlantic already in a different parish. They race downhill towards fence number 5, and it's still on the front end, Egypt Mill Prince as they come into it.
They went like sprinters over the first 2. They've settled down a little bit now, but the pace are beginning to increase once more. Egypt Mill Prince goes on 2 or 3 lengths clear. There's our leader, Egypt Mill Prince, and he's racing with rare enthusiasm, this blinkered runner. The favourite, Viking Flagship, in second place, but in a big jump there. Katabatic on the inside, the former champion, got a bit outpaced early on, but working his way back into it as Bradbury Star improves on the outside under Philip Hyde. Nakir is fourth. Travado was very slow from the break, but he's getting back into the race as well. Well down the back straight then, and on towards another plain fence, and it's Egypt Mill Prince from Nakir, last year's Arkle winner, who now goes second and going readily. In third place, Viking Flagship. Oh, Travado really belted that one, sent the birch flying, and he's dropped back into fifth place as Katabatic tries to improve the inside. Bradbury Star's out wide as now they climb on the far side towards the big open ditch, which is 4 out, and it's Egypt Mill Prince that continues to do the donkey work, being chased though by Viking Flagship. Deep Sensation getting close. Another mistake by Travado. He's last now, Travado. That's cost him dear. They're at the top of the hill in the Queen Mother Champion chase. It's Egypt Mill Prince from Viking Flagship, then Nakir in third, Deep Sensation 4, and Bradbury Star improving on the outside.
And Warren Marston has led them a merry dance on Egypt Mill Prince, still clear by 3. Red and white colours on the outside, Viking Flagship, Nakir. Deep Sensation, the black and yellows going well on the outside, Bradbury Star, the old boy Katabatic. Snitten Lane isn't completely out of it. Uncle Ern is behind these as they come down towards the third last. And here Viking Flagship takes second place and tries to take the lead from Egypt Mill Prince, and Viking Flagship now travelling powerfully, last year's winner on the outside of Egypt Mill Prince, Nakir. But look at Deep Sensation in the yellow, cruising in behind for Norman Williamson. This is a second last, and Viking Flagship, what a terrier of a horse he is, at the rear of the field. Bradbury Star is a faller, and it's still Viking Flagship, but Deep Sensation is travelling very well on the outside. But Viking Flagship is a horse that races with enthusiasm, determination and drive, and sent into a lead by Charlie Swan as they come uphill to the final fence in the Queen Mother Champion chase. And last year's winner, Viking Flagship, 2 years ago, Deep Sensation took the race. They're at the last now, Viking Flagship and Deep Sensation. Viking Flagship in red, Deep Sensation in yellow. They're clear of Nakir in third as they race up towards the line. It's Viking Flagship going on by 1, 2, 3 lengths to Deep Sensation up towards the line. Viking Flagship's going to take it, and at the post, Viking Flagship is the winner. Deep Sensation is second, Nakir is third, and then Uncle Ernie a brave 4, clear of Katabatic and Snitten Lane, and back to Egypt Mill Prince, who couldn't keep up the pace. Travado is continuing, and Wild Atlantic epitomises the jumping spirit, went round in his own time. But a pat on the back there for Charlie Swan, because this is number 8 Viking Flagship in the colours of Roach Foods Limited, David Nicholson's 13th winner at the festival meeting. And Charlie Swan deputising for Adrian Maguire, who missed the winner in the first. He's missed another winner, sadly. He's missed the winner of the Queen Mother Champion chase. Number 8 on the card, Viking Flagship. Second horse home was number 2, Deep Sensation, the horse that's promised so often and hasn't delivered in the past. But I think against Viking Flagship on his day, he's up against the champion, a true champion. Third horse home is number 5, Nakir, ridden by Jamie Osborne in the striped jacket nearest to us. And there are the 3 principals in the Queen Mother Champion chase, walking back to the winner's enclosure, joined by Katabatic, the previous winner of this race as well. Great sight that. 3, 4 top-class chasers in the fastest 2-mile chase in the lane.
What a tiger he is, this horse. He had the hardest race imaginable at Kempton when he was beaten, trying to give weight to Thumbs Up. You could have forgiven him for easily having left his season behind there, but not a bit of it. He's got no size about him at all, but he's got a heart as big as a lion, and so's the man on board. And the name of the game is jumping. I don't think he put a foot wrong, and at the last he was so quick over it. Deep Sensation came there with a little bit of a chance just to make a race of it with him, but this horse was so quick over it and so fast away the other side. Bradbury Star, Deep Sensation, stable companion, came down at the second last. Fortunately, neither he, as you can see, or Philip Hyde any the worse for that tumble. Smiling Charlie Swan. He's had quite a few placed horses here so far. This is his first winner. Only just beginning the afternoon of the second day. There's plenty more to come. And David Nicholson, his second winner of the afternoon. And there was a long way between the first 3 home here. Deep Sensation, probably 8 or 9 lengths behind Viking Flagship at the post. Looking from the inside angle, here we come, Viking. 3 out here, Viking Flagship just on the outside of Egypt Mill Prince, who'd led them a merry dance. And I just walked the course beforehand. I got a feeling the ground is that little bit better just off of the rail. But look at Deep Sensation, stalking Viking Flagship. Nakia and Jamie Osborne get a good run and a good jump there at the second last. Come up the inner, Bradbury Star just tips up there. But a long way to go, John. And really the last fence was the deciding factor.
And thinking of the form Norman Williamson has been in, well, if Charlie Swan had looked back and seen Norman coming, he might have been frightened, except, of course, that he knew what a game horse he was. Just look at the leap Viking Flagship threw at the last. He jumped, if anything, a fraction too high, but he was quick as a flash into his stride and up the hill. They're never going to catch him. People have accused Deep Sensation for not trying, but they've never tried to catch Viking Flagship up to Cheltenham Hill. Deep Sensation has run his heart out. He just wasn't quite good enough to beat the champion. Well, the Duke, David Nicholson, said that Viking Flagship would give his answer. He has.
Viking Flagship, a 4-to-1 chance when winning a year ago, returned the 5-2 favourite, and that was a rails return. Most bookmakers were going 9-4 against it. The runner-up, Deep Sensation, 14-1, won it 2 years ago, third last year, second today, with the third Nakia sent off at 7-2. And that Viking Flagship, the 12th favourite in 37 runnings to win it, the 6th favourite in the last 9 years, and the 9th time the title holder has retained his crown. Barnbrook again did it in 1990, in the 80s Perleman and Badsworth Boy twice, and you go back to Ireland's Fortria in 1961, and that completes a 27-1 double for trainer David Nicholson after Putty rode 7-1 in the first race. Viking Flagship face 5-2, and a delighted there Charlie Swan.
I'll just spare a thought for Adrian Maguire, as if it wasn't bad enough to have the tragedy which has afflicted him this week. He's lost 2 very, very desirable winners as well.
Charlie Swan, an immensely popular understudy. And Graham Roach, the winning owner, who used to train in his own right and then decided he was too busy as a thriving frozen food company down in the West Country, handed the reins over to David Nicholson and really never looked back.
Graham, a triumph for you and for David Nicholson's team, and particularly for the horse, because he's had his problems this year, a couple of reverses. It must have been hard to keep faith in a way.
You never give up hope, you know. You should know that. No, he's got the ground and he had the preparation, and he wasn't quite right a couple of times ago, but he's done the job today, hasn't he?
But only a little horse, but what a tough little animal.
Oh, he's tough. And Charlie gave him a hell of a ride, didn't he?
Yeah. And I mean, to actually watch, I think I've ever seen horses go so quicker, that visually so quickly, the way he jumps.
I seem to go quicker every year.
Graham, yourself, for a long time since it was pretty boy you trained, didn't you?
That's right. You come down for breakfast one day.
That's right, yeah. That night you were going boar hunting or something strange.
Well, something like that, yeah.
But tell me, you got involved in racing, but this horse, you obviously gave up training yourself.
Gave up training myself, yeah. We still keep a few pointers and bring on the young stock and just send the horses out now. Let the professionals do it.
And when did you get Viking Flagship?
When did I get
When did you
him?
get him? How early on did
We
you get
bought him as a 4-year-old privately.
And at that stage, what was he like? Only a little horse?
He looked the toughest little horse I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, he really was.
And how soon did you think he was going to be something special?
Well, you never dreamed for anything like this, but he was certainly the toughest horse I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, he really was.
And the best?
And the best so far.
Many congratulations.
Fabulous day, isn't it?
Wonderful.
Wonderful, yeah. Wonderful. Right.
Thank
Not much more you can say.
There's nothing you can say. That's absolutely excellent. Thank you. No, it's okay. No problem.
Yes, Viking Flagship, a great champion, wins the Queen Mother Champion Chase for the second year running, the 5-2 favourite this time. Second, number 2, Deep Sensation at 14-1, and third, number 5, Nakir at 7-2. The win tote paid £3.10, places 150, £3.10 and 160. The dual forecast £23.20, the computer straight forecast £32.64 and 10 rand.